whatever she's. Well,
Oh, so we missed the two.
we'll just get
questions.
Rebecca and Dinah to repeat everything is. No. You ready, Jackie?
It's recording.
Go for it, Britt, Thad, and Phyllis.
Okay, this one, this one is a song that I was hoping I was going to be able to sing loud and clear, because I'm glad we finally got a Democrat headed for the White House instead of the less than despicable.
If you can get closer to the microphone, it would be louder.
Okay, let's see. Let me dial you in. See if I get that. Let's see. Get the. Yeah, here's the mic volume. Shoot. Yeah, there we go. Okay, automatic. Push that guy up a bit.
Yeah, that's better.
How's that?
That's pretty good.
You hear it? Okay. Yeah, let's see. Whoa. No, don't want to do that. Cancel that. Says I want to go. No, I don't want to go. Okay. Okay, anyway, this was a song that was written after the 1936 election, re-elected Roosevelt, and it's got a good rip snorting chorus that all good Democrats should be able to do with enthusiasm. So we'll give it a try. It goes like this. Hey, hallelujah, hey, hallelujah, I'm back in old Columbia in the same old stall again. How's that for volume?
Good.
Okay, try it. Hey, hallelujah, hey, hallelujah, I'm back in old Columbia in the same old stall again. I've been a good old donkey, but they turned me out to die. They had me on the commons where the grass don't grow so high. But now I'm in the clover in the fields of golden grain. I'm back in old Columbia in the same old stall again. They had me up old river, but I kicked the stable down. I knew that Mr. Roosevelt would drag me into town. He mounted to the saddle, he grabbed the bridle rein. I'm back in old Columbia in the same old stall again. Chorus. Hallelujah, hallelujah, I'm back in old Columbia in the same old stall again. He shouted on to Washington, clear the track and let us by. You never saw a donkey in your life that jumped so high. I carried him to victory, he rode me on to fame. Now I'm back in old Columbia in the same old stall again. The rooster and the eagle fought a duel in the sky. When I was kicking gravel in the big white elephant's eye, the rooster whipped the eagle, he proved that he was game. Now I'm back in old Columbia in the same old stall again. Hallelujah, hallelujah, I'm back in old Columbia in the same old stall again. They had me on the racetrack for another state to call. Mr. Roosevelt, he rode me to the presidential hall. When he led me to the manger to feed my hungry frame, I was back in old Columbia in the same old stall again. You'll see my handsome profile in the papers everywhere, and soon you'll hear them singing about me on the air. The world is gonna miss me when I am dead and gone. Now, when the angels find me, I'll be sleeping in the White House barn. Hee-ha, hallelujah. Hee-ha, hallelujah. I'm back in old Columbia in the same old stall again. Hee-ha, hallelujah. Hee-ha, hallelujah. I'm back in old Columbia in the same old stall again.
Yay! Well done.
Thank you.
Captures the 1930s well.
I went online and looked for Mitch McConnell and Donald Trump jokes. So, found some. I got to put the light on.
Maybe somebody else wants to do something else. Okay.
Yeah, let me just hit you with one of them, which is Lincoln could not lie, Nixon couldn't tell the truth, and Trump can't tell the difference. That's my kind of one-liner for now. Has anybody in the participants box, anybody interested in
Performing.
telling a joke, telling a story, or with the thread of, if you don't do that, I'll tell another one-liner?
Let's see, you want to do another one?
Okay.
Well,
I'll give somebody.
I can tell a little story. It's a personal story.
Go on.
Go for it.
Well, for a long time and through the present, my main celebration of the year was solstice, which is the 21st. It'll be at 5:30. I guess that's Monday. We have a Zoom gathering of old friends tomorrow evening. And rather than going to church, we actually do singing and chanting, and we have things like this, and this, and that. And we've been doing it for many years at a friend's house. The last she passed away, Janice Kate Turner. She was very active in Livermore, and there is now a picnic table with her name on it at Sycamore Grove because she was president of just about everything. But because of that, and we would chant, and it was very 60s-ish, or was that 70s, having to do with the goddesses and everything to do with the change of the season. Tomorrow, or I'm sorry, the 21st is the longest night. And many holidays, I believe there are 18 holidays that take place around this time of year to acknowledge the short day and pray for the days to get longer, which they will at 5:31 on the 21st. So I can say to you, along with Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and the various others, which I'm not as well acquainted with, Happy Solstice.
Happy solstice.
I thought about the solstice today and the idea that the days will be getting longer starting on Monday. Not only is it the longest night, but the days are going to start getting longer. And
Yes,
light.
for that.
And I think we all know what we're talking about. We're seeing the light on Inauguration Day. We're seeing the light of the vaccine and the end of us being locked up and locked down and not seeing each other live. And I'm very hopeful that this is really the light at the end of the tunnel. And I heard something a few hours ago. I heard words that I'd never heard before. It was climate core. And that is the formation of a climate core. It wasn't as much the words as to who spoke them. It was Joe Biden in today's press conference. And he was introducing our new Secretary of the Interior and his new climate team. And they've decided to make this the big issue that we all know that it really is. But I had never heard of the concept of Climate Corps before. Maybe Biden said it in some speeches that I didn't catch. But it's a hell of an idea to put a lot of young people on the job. And I heard another quote, and I don't remember who it was, but they were talking about somebody who decided to join the Peace Corps. I asked him why, and he said, before John F. Kennedy, nobody asked me to do anything that was unselfish or in the public service. And Kennedy asked me to do that. And now Biden is going to be asking young people and old people alike, Americans, to join this Climate Corps and do something about this pressing problem that we know about, that we've been sticking our head in the sand or maybe screaming about, but certainly not adequately addressing. Enough serious.
You heard that on PBS, by the way.
I heard that on PBS. Okay. I didn't remember where I heard. I didn't remember.
Ellis, there are a lot of us around the Tri-Valley who have already been really active on that without having a label.
Well, I get the idea that rather than this being a label, this is some kind of government-funded thing, like the Marine Corps.
Or the Peace Corps.
And this will be the Climate Corps. And it will be government employees addressing this issue as never before. So that's a really good thing. Do we have, let me get it back into gallery mode. Do we have any elected officials here? Yes, we have one, Kelly Mukashi. She was just elected to the Pleasanton School Board.
Hello, everyone. This is such a fun gathering. I can't wait until we can all actually do this in person. I love the interjections of the singing and the music. Warms my heart as a former art educator. That's where I started my career. I can't say enough about the importance of the arts and personal expression, and you know, really, I think it becomes even more paramount during these times. Sometimes we get lost in isolation with what we're being faced with, and this is just so important, and I appreciate this. I know that, you know, this is something that you guys have been doing all along, because you know the value of it, and it's hard for me to reflect and realize that, you know, our children are hurting, missing some of these opportunities that would naturally happen in the school. You know, God bless my daughter's third grade teacher. You know, she did reindeer art and hot cocoa, and she did a little party. Now, mind you, she's only 8, but the teacher had the understanding of the importance of, you know, doing some celebrations via Zoom, and the kids had a pajama party. And, you know, so it's just, this just makes it resonant of, you know, why it's so important that we don't forget the arts, and that we continue to find joy and celebrations when we're faced with chaos and unknowns and situations when we really don't know. We know the end is in sight. Thank goodness for the vaccines, and, you know, that will be disseminated gradually. But, you know, as Rebecca said earlier, that we see the end of the light of the tunnel, but we're not quite there, and we have to continue to persevere. And I'm super excited to be part of this group, and I really appreciate this time to for us to hit that pause button And you know what? We know it's hard, but it's also time to be thankful for what we have. So I'm super excited. I had my first board meeting this last week. It went really well, but of course it's challenging because we can't give our families an open date. And so it kind of mirrors to this conversation and what we're doing today. And, you know, understanding that, you know, we're in this together, and we have to continue to collaborate together so that we can make some positive changes. So thank you for this party. I'm super excited and can't wait for us to all, maybe that picnic in the summer where we can hopefully have that space back to give each other hugs and high fives and all that. So thank you.
And hugs.
Yes, hugs. Absolutely.
I think that one of this, let me call it the positives that the marketing guy sees, the glass half full, is that we've reevaluated what we really need and what we really miss, like hugs. Hugs are a hell of a lot more important than a lot of other things that we don't do, and places we don't go. But it's the relationships I know that are what I miss, and hopefully keeping them up by phone and by Zoom and by FaceTime and things like that. But we all know it ain't quite the same. It ain't quite the same even when you get to see somebody in person. Like we saw Rebecca on Tuesday and gave her an air hug from 6 feet away at least. But I want some real ones, and particularly for my grandchildren. And you start to appreciate the value of people that you miss. So too much serious. Ron, you had another Christmas song. Are you up for that one?
Okay. Yeah, I've got 2 Hanukkahs and 2 Christmas songs, but this one's a happy one.
Okay.
This one's called Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. This will be from the 1960s, sung by Brenda Lee and then many others, including us here. So we're going to sing along. And we'll actually be recorded by Jackie. So, you know, in case we make a little bit of money and you sell a little on the iTunes, we'll give you all of the 2 or 3 cents royalties. Okay.
Leah, cut.
Here we go. Walking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple wants to stop. Walking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. You will get a sentiment feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Walking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple wants to stop. Big finish now, everybody. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. and everyone's dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way.
Yay!
Hey. Good sing-along.
The Trump library burned down with both books being lost, and only one of them was completely colored.
Very funny.
Okay.
It's true.
Okay.
I saw that on NPR.
Okay.
Ah,
Or did I hear it on PBS?
How can you get Trump to change a light bulb in the White House?
I don't know.
Tell him Obama put it in. Some say Mitch McConnell is spineless. Wrong. Snakes have spines.
Ooh.
Here's another one. McConnell is shuffling through the halls of Congress in his normal slow pace, and Trump rushes by him and bumps into him. And McConnell says, "Pardon me, Mr. President." And Trump turns to him and says, "I didn't know you were involved in the campaign. What did they charge you with?"
Different kind of pardon.
Okay, that one worked. I seem to have
let,
gotten.
let me ask Bob something.
Okay, did Bob want to say
Yeah,
something?
Bob, what's the weather like there?
Is 72 outside.
Anybody at the beach?
I'm not at the beach anymore. We're in our house.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
Finally.
Those are
Congrats. And the city again is?
Ventura.
Where?
Ventura.
Ventura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're about 10 minutes from the beach now.
oh,
That's
Okay.
wonderful. Nice part of the country.
It is. It's beautiful. Blue skies.
That's right. And you have a song about your area, Ventura Highway, by the group America, which was George Martin, who was the producer of the Beatles. And there is no Beatles without George Martin. When the Beatles broke up, he took over this group as basically his new Beatles. And that's one of the reasons why they were so wonderful.
I didn't know that. I didn't
So
know.
Ventura Highway is a good place to go to if George Martin is a promoter of it.
Have you got smoke issues down there?
What was that?
fires.
Fires.
There were a couple. The night we moved to the house, we were going to stay at Residence Inn for the night just because everything was still crazy. And I went to the Whole Foods to get some, dinner. And the woman who's in the front giving the carts out, she was looking above my head. I'm going, what's going on? And she goes, oh, I'm just looking at the fire. So there was a riverbed, a dry riverbed here that caught on fire. And I look back and there's this big orange thing. And so I text my wife, I said, I think we're going back to the house. So she got some stuff. She was going out to the car to put it in. She looked on her right and she could see flames. So that was fun. But we had a nice night here. It was very calm.
Well, you stay safe.
Thanks.
Good. And we miss you.
Yeah,
We do. We really do.
Let me take this
Really
up.
nice connecting with you on Facebook.
Yes, thank you.
You're very prompt with responses, by the way.
Not all the
Yeah.
time. Not too much.
That wasn't a complaint.
Yeah, he's wonderfully responsible and responsive, both.
Yes.
And thank you for everything you've done for the club over this last several years. And hopefully, as long as we wind up on Zoom, and I don't see an end to that tunnel for a while, please stay with us and keep in touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did my dues for next year. So what about all of you? Okay,
Right.
I've done mine.
okay.
I'm thinking about it.
We're having an election of officers on January 18th. And those people who were already members in 2020 remain members in good standing until January 31st, which means that you'll get to vote on January 18th. And people who are new members would have to join up by January 18th in order to vote in that election. The second thing that I announced is that I got an email from Samir, not an email, a text message from Samir saying that he and Evan have come into an agreement and Samir is not going to run for president, and it'll be Evan running for president, Ron and Kunal running for vice president, Alan Nakashir running for treasurer, and Kelly Mukashi and Jackie Rankle running for secretary. And with that, Evan, are you ready? You're muted.
I am indeed. Let me just get one last little bit set up to start my show.
And Evan is going to demonstrate, what are you making? I forget.
I'm going to make a strawberry parfait.
Get him
Oh,
up.
good.
Is there 2 minutes for the story while Evan sets up?
I'm set up.
Go for
Oh,
it.
go for it, Evan.
I just needed a few seconds. So yeah, I'm gonna make a strawberry parfait for you guys. I'll talk while I'm cutting if anyone wants to follow along. Cooking show style. I'll go a little bit quick. So just tell me to slow down. I have nothing prepped, so you can see the whole process. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna quarter my strawberries. And so this dish basically is designed, I did already wash them, by the way, just so if anyone's worried. What I designed this dish around, or basically the idea for this dish, and parfaits are of course not my invention. The idea for this dish is always something that is quick, easy, and elegant. There's a lot of ways to do it. You can make whatever you would like. Berries are traditional, yogurt or whipped cream, but subbing out, anything basically works in here. So
Here we go. I'm trying to get the camera on it.
No, Ellis. Ellis, put it back where it was, please.
yeah, so roughly a cup of strawberries to start with. Like I said, I'm just quartering them up. The order I'm going to do things in is designed so that this will all finish up quickly. You don't have to do this as fast as I am. But basically, quarter your strawberries. Once you quarter your strawberries, you're just going to add in about 2 tablespoons of sugar. And just kind of toss them to coat. What this does is it's called macerating. And what happens is basically sugar is a desiccant. So as a desiccant, it pulls water out from the cells of the cells inside the strawberries. It breaks them up, it softens the strawberries, it makes them a little bit softer, as well as pulling out the liquid and making basically a sauce for my strawberries. So it sweetens them, adds a little sugar, adds a sweetness to it, adds a little sauce, and then I'm gonna make them a little bit softer. As an optional touch to this, to fancy it up a little bit, I've got a little bit of basil here. I'm gonna add some basil. You don't have to if you don't want to. It adds a savory flavor to it. You just kind of roll your basil a little bit first, and it makes it easier to chop. And then I don't want big strips of it, so I'm gonna go through the other way.
That's a tablespoon, that's why I gave it to you.
Yeah, I know. See how far I get.
All right, and once it's nice and fine, scoop it up and just sprinkle the basil in there. All right, and so that's gonna be my filling. Just every now and again, I'm gonna toss it, but you can already see almost all of the sugar is dissolved. You can adjust sugar in here by how sweet you like it. You can add liquor in here if you like to, a small amount, about a tablespoon, give or take. Vanilla extract is also really good in there. Let me grab my vanilla extract.
Evan, can we use the sugar-free type replacement instead of sugar? If
Yeah.
we're watching that.
Sugar-free will work. And so for vanilla, I do not want a lot in here. So I'm just putting in like basically about 1/8 of a teaspoon. I really don't want this to be vanilla-y, but vanilla works kind of like salt. It's like the salt of the sweet world. It makes everything taste better, even if you don't have enough in there to give it the vanilla flavor. So I'm gonna let that sit. You can see, looking nice, right? Where's my camera? Ta-da! And while that sits, I'm gonna make up the other part of my dish. And the other part is nice and simple. It is some heavy cream. I should have opened this ahead of time so I don't have to struggle on camera.
And
heavy
Evan, you
cream.
mentioned alcohol. Is it rum, or can you use any kind of liqueur? Yum yum.
So any liqueur would work. So I like rum because it's got kind of the sweet little kick to it, but it's not overly sweet. If you use, say, like I have Frangelico on my mind because I'm using it in another recipe later. If you use like Frangelico, I would use less sugar. And so for a cup of cream, I usually use about 2 to 3 tablespoons of sugar, depending how sweet I want it. You use powdered sugar always. And so I'm just adding in, to start with, just the powdered sugar and the cream, taking that and walking away some. While that begins to whip up. Can you guys hear my mixer in the background, or am I good? All right, the
You're
power
good.
of technology. So basically, quick science lesson for you all for the Christmas cooking science. When I'm whipping my whipped cream, so you have to use whipped cream. It's actually the reason you use whipped cream is because of the high protein content in it, and so the fats and the proteins basically interact in the cream while agitated greatly, and they start to basically entangle. Once they're entangled, they start to make little pockets that can get the air bubbles in there, and it starts to make the whipped cream texture you're looking for. When I throw it in, the powdered sugar has cornstarch in it, which keeps it from clumping. And so the cornstarch works as a thickening agent, which makes it so you get an even better whipped cream, as opposed to if you use just the regular granulated sugar, although granulated sugar will work.
Here, open this, please.
What I'm looking for with this, so I've got my rum. So my rum, just a little bit, about 1 ounce, and some vanilla extract. What I'm looking for is I want it to be a little bit thick beforehand, because otherwise, if it gets it all warm, the rum, basically any alcohol, will make it curdle a little bit. So I was never like adding my alcohol in until it starts to thicken, which should be about now. Yeah, so I'm not going to show you because this side of my kitchen is messy.
Ask them how to get the vanilla. Oh, there it goes.
And so to my whipped cream, I just added my rum and the rum and the powdered sugar, or not the rum, the powdered sugar, the rum and the vanilla, and that's just purely for flavoring. They don't chemically alter it too much if you let it whip a little bit beforehand. So I will finish this up in just a minute, but first of all, I wanted to say a little bit about, first, is there any questions about what I've been doing so far? I guess I should check with that.
Can you replace any of the fruit maybe with other berries, raspberries, blackberries, or are they too juicy?
Yeah, you can replace it with any other berries. Don't cut other berries generally, and use less sugar, would be my advice. And then let them sit with the sugar for longer, and then they'll still macerate in that. So you can do basically anything. And you can do other fruit. Like originally, to be more Christmassy, because strawberries aren't in season right now, I was going to do a caramel apple one, but the amount of time and steps involved I thought was too much. This I can finish in generally no time at all.
Cutting board. I'll throw out the scraps.
So You know your whipped cream's done when it doesn't move. I overwhipped it a little while I was talking to you, but stiff peaks, you can get those stiff peaks, it holds its shape. And then you get set back up with how I'm going to plate it. So for plating it up, I just cut a little piece of
Finished
angel food cake.
with
All
it.
right.
Oh yeah.
Finished with it.
So I cut a piece of angel food cake. This is just totally optional. Pound cake, anything like that works. If you have sturdy enough wine cups, let's see if this works. It doesn't always. And you want the right shape and size, you can.
Do you want the whisk?
I
And
don't
then just kind of tear off the edges,
Tell them what the
and
problem.
it'll pop right in. Oop. And just clean off the rim of your glass. So with that, let's move my cutting board away so you can get a better view. With that to serve, I was going to do all fancy piping bags and stuff, and I decided not to on that also. All I do to serve is I'm going to take some of my strawberries, and I want to put those right on top. I want to get some of the syrup on there, so the syrup soaks into the angel food cake.
I think I have basil in the refrigerator.
And what?
Basil.
I'm going to take a little bit of whipped cream.
We have basil and what? Basil?
This is the part that's easier if you do it with a piping bag.
How many basil up here?
So I just want a thin layer of whipped cream. The whipped cream's actually pretty flavorful, and it also blocks your view of everything, kind of fills in gaps. Another layer of strawberries. This one doesn't have to be as complete, but you want to be able to see it around the sides. And then I top it with my whipped cream. And so the goal with this is basically you end up with a few ingredients, pretty easy to make, pretty quick to make. And you can change up the layers. You can add in, different flavors, different types of berries. If you use multiple berries, you end up with something that's got a lot of color to it. But you end up with something that's beautiful, simple. Take a little basil nub from the end, put it in. And in what was that, about 6 minutes, 7 minutes, you can have a nice dessert that I guarantee will impress just about anyone and taste delicious. All it takes is changing this from, just adding that little bit of rum and a little bit of basil in there, elevates it from a dish that, anyone thinks of strawberry, sugars, and cream, into something a little bit fancier, a little bit more avant-garde, as it were, and doesn't take any extra effort to add in rum and basil. Or you could use other herbs, other flavors, anything you enjoy. So there's my little Christmas dessert, and I like the, red, white, and green for the holidays.
Yay, thank you.
You're
Very
welcome.
nice.
Okay. And
Now,
now
if you
while I
could
clean
just
them,
send me this by email, that'd be great.
oh, that's the nice thing about it is you don't need to know anything if you don't remember anything I just said, you just remember, make whipped cream, cake, and add some sugar to your fruit, and then just go crazy from there. Voila, that's the whole recipe. This is not, you don't need exact ratios. Make it how you like. Make it taste good. It is literally just whipped cream, fruit, and some cake.
I could see a little rum or brandy in the strawberries.
Yeah, you could do rum or brandy and strawberries. Actually, what's really good also is amaretto. Strawberries and almond go really well together. You can be, a stranger one. I would not recommend vodka.
Yeah, right.
Gave you banana.
Depending on how you feel, like, sure, but yeah, the flavor of vodka and whipped cream. I don't know. I do not like vodka flavored whipped creams. I've had them before and I think they're gross.
How is it?
Thank-
And one last warning for you. Sorry to cut off Alice. One last thing for those of you who don't like alcohol in your food, by adding alcohol to the whipped cream or to the strawberries, it doesn't cook off at all. You know, we didn't cook any of it, so it's still got alcohol in there. It is got the kick of alcohol, all of that. None of it was cooked off, so do be warned.
And that's a bad
All
thing.
It depends on your personal taste. I am good with it, but not everyone likes that kick of alcohol.
True.
You know, it's not a rum cake where it all disappears at the end. All right, Alex, you can take it away.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Evan.
Thank you very
That
much.
was good.
I get a newspaper once a year called Funny Times. Let me fix the computer. And they send it to me once a year as a promotion. And it says, things I've learned about myself during Zoom happy hours. And I thought that this applied. Let's see. It says, this guy says, he found out that he had jowls. Interesting. And he says, my apartment is a dump. Well, I can't say that. And he doesn't wear pants. And so everybody here is wearing pants.
Maybe.
Admit it. Okay.
That's a taboo question to ask on Zoom.
Oh, glad I put them on.
So far. So I guess he got that far. I look at myself more than I look at everybody else. And I usually look bored. So that's what he has there. When I want to show surprise, I have to visibly raise my eyebrows, otherwise people can't tell. The thing is too. I have bad facial angles and I have worse facial angles. So I guess that's part of it. Camera above, good. Camera below, not so good. I noticed that there's a lot of people that kind of cut themselves off just below their name. I think I can do that if I did it like this. And I don't know why people do that. Let's see. I'm judgmental when somebody uses an animated image of the Aurora Borealis. I think I saw somebody had that today. And I can't get to do that. For some reason, I can't get an animated image working.
Your processor has to be a certain processor. It won't work on mine.
I have an older processor. This doesn't seem to be going over too well. There's a video that I'd like to play, but is there anybody else who has something else to show and tell? Well, in that case, I'm going to go to the share the screen, and
We have two
See a couple
people.
of people, Mary and Ronald,
Mary,
going crazy.
me, I didn't see that. I should have gone to gallery view. Who wanted to?
Mary. Unmute, please, Mary.
So I have a little story, seasonal, followed by a song.
Okay, good. Thank you.
So back in 1977, I was one of the first women in the Northern Hemisphere, North and South America, to do Morris dancing. And if you don't know what that is, it's a British traditional dance done at different seasons of the year. And it's always been done by men, except after World War I, when they all got killed and the village women did it. In any case, I did it for 25 years, and along with that, I was doing Christmas mummers plays at the Dickens Fair in, where was that, South San Francisco, and around the South Bay, and also sword dancing. And these were done during various seasons of the year, but the mummers in particular, and also the Morris, were done during the Christmas holidays.
Uh-huh.
As part of that, there was the Christmas Revels done at the Scottish Rites Theater up in Oakland on Lake Merritt. Has anyone been to that? No. Okay. Well, I was a regular, not performing, just volunteering. A lot of my cohorts were performing. But at the end of the Revels performances, which were seasonal activities from around the world, but particularly with a British bent, they would sing this song. Oh, and I should tell you, before I do the song, I danced in with a team in Poughkeepsie, then again with Mayfield Morris in Palo Alto, then again with Berkeley Morris and a couple of other groups. And then I think I was the second oldest Morris dancer on the West Coast, female, second oldest female. Anyway, it was a good run. And at the Christmas Revels, we would always sing this song, or someone would always sing it. And it's called Lord of the Dance. I don't know if I can do this, but let's give it a go. I danced in the morning when the world was begun, and I danced in the moon and the stars and the sun. I came down from heaven and I danced on the earth. At Bethlehem I had my birth. Dance, dance, then whenever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I'll lead you all wherever you may be, and I'll lead you all in the dance, said he. I danced for the scribe and the Pharisee, but they would not dance and they wouldn't follow me. I danced for the fishermen, for James and John. They came with me and the dance went on. Dance, dance, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I'll lead you all wherever you may be, and I'll lead you all in the dance, said he. Shall I go on?
Yes.
I danced on the Sabbath and I cured the lame. The holy people said it was a shame. Oops, ran out of lyrics here.
Repeat.
I can't, but I'll do the chorus. Dance, dance, wherever you may be. Dance, I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I'll lead you all in merry company, and I'll lead you all in the dance, said he. And at the point during that part of the song, the entire theater, Scottish Rites, stands up, holds hands with each other, and they dance around the entire theater, holding hands. Someday, thank you, hopefully we can do that again.
I have a comment. I saw the Berkeley Morris dancers do tremendously good work in the late 80s and the early 90s. Did I see you in that group?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that was wonderful. Now, Morris dancing.
But I'm short, you know, I'm short, and a lot of my fellow dancers were taller.
Yes.
To leap off and all land in the same spot, and I was always about 6 inches short of the right spot.
You know, that was one of the most energetic and acrobatic performances of dance that I've ever seen, and the interplay with the swords and the feet. I mean, it's just amazing. It's wonderful stuff.
It was fun. It was a good 25 years.
Oh, great stuff.
Everyone, I have to run. Have a great holiday break. Thank you so much for hosting this. I got to go pick up my daughter. Have a good holiday and look forward to seeing you guys in the new year.
You too. Thanks.
Bye. Have fun.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Mary, too bad you can't
Congrats. And
your dance.
What?
Too bad you can't show us your dance.
Yeah, I haven't done it since 2007, so yeah.
It's really energetic.
That good.
But it's also done in what we call sides. A Morris side is what you might call a team, and it was done with 6 to 8 people normally. And so if I wasn't good at doing a jig, which is what you do a solo.
Okay.
Yeah.
And on that high note, I have to leave as well. Thank you all very much.
Thanks for coming, Joanne.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good stuff. Happy holidays, Joanne.
Yeah, happy
Thank
holiday.
you. Thanks. Same to all of you.
Mary, maybe when
Stay safe.
yeah, stay safe. Maybe when we have a formal meeting, you'll bring one of your friends and you'll show us your dance.
Well, I could invite the Berkeley Morris for some occasion.
That'd be fun.
Wow, tremendous.
I haven't had contact with them for a while, but we're still all Facebook friends, maybe for the picnic if we're able to do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's highly entertaining.
Ron,
Good.
Scottish music?
One,
Yes.
Play Scottish.
It's primarily British. Oh, is your music Scottish, Ron?
my family is from Oban and Glencoe, mother's side, so very Scottish. I don't have any Scottish folk tunes worked up now, but I can for the time period that in which we'll hopefully be able to see some Morris dancers.
Mhm.
I'm sorry I wasn't able to record any of those performances, on a movie. Otherwise, I could show them for you.
There are lots of videos about YouTube is full of Morris dancing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Any in which you're involved?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, I'll look.
I don't think there was a YouTube at that point.
No, that's wonderful. Now, one of the things that we suggested in the last couple of meetings was that we would like to follow up on Evan's wonderful demonstration of how to make just a beautiful dessert for us. And if any of you had actually made desserts or cookies or something of that nature, maybe you wanted to show them to us if we take a couple of minutes break, if you have those, and put them on camera for us.
What Sharon made was really good.
Oh, let's see that.
It's done.
Oh, it's Evan's recipe.
I ate it with the coffee.
Okay.
Tummy.
His face.
Good. Now, all I have, since I'm not a cook, is chocolate mint ice cream in a bowl.
Oh, Ellis
I
likes
like that.
chocolate.
I like that.
Okay.
It's good to me. Thad has this look on his face like he's ready to play another one. Is that right?
Sure.
Yeah, I could go for one. Go for another one. No, this is
The one
this is a Christmas song. Our
50 Ways to Leave the White House, and I think we'll end off on that. Okay, so go for it, Thad.
yeah. This is our late great friend and singer and songwriter Peter Krug's version of the Christmas Story, and it's
got a chorus.
It's got a beat, and it's got a beat, and it's got a response that, in the verse part, you got a response. It's "Ride, Magi, ride," and then there's a longer chorus that comes in after the other ways. We'll get to that. We start with the wise men. Well, me and my two buddies, we've been following a star. Ride, Magi, ride. That said back in Babylon, it wouldn't be that far. Ride, Magi, ride. But I've been sitting on this camel hump for 7 weeks or more. And both of my robes are mighty dusty, and my feet are getting sore. The sagebrush and the cactus. Sagebrush and the cactus have become a total bore. Look at that wise man go. We're riding down to Bethlehem to see the baby Jesus. When he grows up, he'll raise the dead and cure all known diseases. When we get to Bethlehem, we'll fall down on our knees. Look at that wise man go. My camel's overburdened with myrrh and frankincense. Ride, Magi, ride. Last night a sandstorm came along and blew down all our tents. Ride, Magi, ride. I've got cactus spurs between my toes and sand fleas in my hair. Rockin' and a reeling, getting kinda hard to bear. We stopped off at King Herod's place, but Jesus wasn't there. Look at that wise man go. The mercury was falling and it felt like it might snow. Ride, Magi, ride. When we ran across some shepherds and they told us where to go. Ride, Magi, ride. We finally found the manger in the midnight oh so deep. It was not what I call fancy, I just hope they got it cheap. Maybe Joseph got a discount on account of all the sheep. Look at that man go, riding down to Bethlehem to see the baby Jesus. When he grows up, he'll raise the dead and cure all known diseases. When we get to Bethlehem, we'll fall down on our knees as look at that wise man go. Ride, wise man, ride. Ride your dromedary. Just follow that star. It's not very far. Just over Mount Zion and across the Jordan. To Jesus' manger we go. Ride, Magi, ride. Ride, Magi, ride. Ride, Magi, ride. Ride, Magi, ride. Yeah.
Nice words.
Oh, Peter knew how to write them. Oh my God. Oh,
looks delicious.
What you got, Ron?
This is the threatened to show you a few minutes ago chocolate mint ice cream.
Oh, you better watch. Ellis is here. He likes.
That's right.
Very nice.
I'm going to try to email it to Ellis because he said he would like some.
Did you actually add mint to that? It looks very green.
It is. It's chocolate mint.
But
I didn't add any mint.
in? Oh, it came along with the ice cream.
Comes with it. Yeah, that's my favorite.
You know, I've gotten hooked on the Klondike bars, triple chocolate.
Ah, desserts are great.
I know.
I'm going to have to go out and get some strawberry parfait now that my taste buds have been whipped up by Evan.
Oh, okay. It made you hungry?
Yeah, that's good.
Go to the YouTube video. Anybody else? Any greetings? I see Steve Barton's face frozen on the screen. You still there, Steve?
That's okay, Ellis.
I want to quickly
Sridhar.
Oh, okay.
Happy holidays, everyone. Thank you very much for inviting me to be part of this Tri-Valley Democratic Club. This is my first festival celebration party with Tri-Valley Democratic Club, and I really appreciate for welcoming me to your family and being part of this family. It's been a great ride during my campaign. As the saying goes, right? It takes a village to raise a child. That completely applies to my campaign. It pretty much took a whole lot of community members and especially our friends from Democratic Club that they all helped me and worked with me during my campaign and made this campaign successful. I'm definitely looking forward to work with all of you. Please feel free to just give me a holler at any point of time for anything that I can do for the club. And I'm definitely being a proud member of this Tri-Valley Democratic Club. And once again, happy holidays to everyone.
Thank you, Sridhar. Will we see you at other meetings?
Yes, I'll be there in other meetings.
With that, we recently had a strategic meeting. Several of the people who are on this call were at that strategy meeting where we worked on a strategic plan. And I believe that we'll probably have yet another meeting on the strategic plan before the election. That the new administration can kind of hit the ground running. It's kind of the opposite of what's going on in Washington, D.C. In that this administration will totally help the new administration come in and be successful. I see that Robin unmuted herself. Want to say hello, Robin?
I do. Hi. You guys made me cry. I forgot how much I miss my family around Hanukkah. Just thank you so much. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
I do want to let people know something.
Okay.
I think it's too bad Kelly is gone, and I hope Sridhar is not gone yet. The ISC Squared, which is the Information Security Consortium, the organization that certifies security professionals, had reached out to local schools prior to the pandemic, and we had 4 wonderful students who were selected for scholarship speaking about climate change and climate security. And then the pandemic happened and they couldn't present. And now, as we're coming back from the pandemic, we as a board want very much to make sure that we always have students in our meetings, that students are always picking up mentors, and that they know that all of us C-level people out there in security, we're looking for interns and we're looking for kids who want to be mentored. And so that's part of our New Year's resolution, to really reach out. And I just want to make people aware that they can find me.
So what school board are we talking about?
So the ISC Squared is the international organization that certifies security professionals. So we, and by the way, I'm a regular old business owner. This is a above and beyond. It's just something that I do. I'm the president for the East Bay, and every one of us, we're all busy doing our jobs. And this year, I got very busy being on the campaign for Kamala Harris, and then sticking with Kamala and the digital team for Biden Harris. But I just wanted to say that a lot of people like me are looking for mentees. We like to be mentors. And especially with students not having a lot of interaction in the school systems, I just want to make people aware that there's a lot of people like me who would love to speak to a student for a few hours a week or a month and help them get some credit for doing something that interests them. And that's all, we would like to give back a little bit more. So just a little note.
At the next meeting, I'll assume that Evan might be president by then. Probably be president by then, but maybe you can make a little presentation to a larger audience than the dozen.
I'd love to. I have something actually that I can already prepared that I can give, so that would be great.
Evan just gave you a thumbs up, so it sounds like a done deal.
Okay.
Sounds great to me.
Thank you for inviting me. This was very heartwarming.
Robin, would you put your contact information in the chat?
Sure.
I'm largely middle school, early high school, and I have 1 or 2 kids who would probably eat up everything you have to share.
I saw that Dublin is going to put a high school down right in front of where I live. And 30 years ago, I taught middle and high school, and I thought I would be so honored to volunteer time in a high school, because I miss that part of my life so much.
Evan knows at high schools also.
Yeah, I'm a high school teacher, but I put my email up, so please shoot me over an email.
Oh, I'll email you right away. Here's, I'm just.
And add yours to the chat if you
will do.
Resolutions.
My wife wants me to ask if anybody has any New Year's resolutions they'd like to share.
Oh my.
My resolution is going to get better.
I have one, but I think it's already failing.
Go on, tell us.
Huh?
What?
Don't tell?
No, do tell.
Mine, I'm overcommitted. My resolution was to draw back on a lot of commitments. I don't know how to do that.
I'm having a hell of a time with it also. Not a good person to get advice for on that.
I definitely can't help you with that.
Yeah, but that was my resolution, and I'm putting it in the past tense. I hope I'm wrong about that.
Now, I think Steve Dunbar had something to say, or, hi, John.
Yeah. Anybody want to see anything, projection happen?
Let Steve Dunbar.
Oh, go on, Steve.
I did not win my election. However, I have been appointed to the Livermore Planning Commission, so.
Oh, good. All right.
There's work to be done.
Good for you, guy.
One of the things that we talked about at our strategic meeting is having ambassadors and directors. Ambassadors might be to a particular city council or a planning commission, and it doesn't mean that you couldn't be a commissioner, but the basic idea is that you might report back to the club if your city council or commission is doing something that we ought to know about, or if there's some politician that we should be lobbying for a particular thing. So I'm pretty sure that we would like you to be some kind of ombudsman to not only the planning commission, but to transportation issues. So please think about getting involved with the club on those two fronts, on whatever the planning commission is doing and what the transit issues are that you see in the area that everybody might not know about.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Definitely.
Okay.
Okay, John, you just came in. Want to say hello because we're about to close.
Well, hello, one and all. I guess I might as well say goodbye, one and all. But before I go, I got one joke to share.
Okay.
It dates back to George Bush, but I thought it was pretty good. And Ellis, there are no Proud Boy jokes. I guess they just don't make the funny scale at all. But anyway, one day Moses is walking down the road. And who does he see but George Bush? And George Bush comes up to him wanting to, meet Moses. Moses takes one look at him and turns and runs away as fast as he can. The next day, Moses is walking down the road. There's George Bush again. And the first thing Moses does is turn around and tails it straight back up the road. Third day comes. Moses is walking down the road. And George Bush goes, "Stop, Moses. Why do you always run away from me?" Moses says, "The last time I talked to a bush, I was in the desert for 40 years.
Very good.
That was my last joke of the day.
I thought you were going to say something about a burning bush.
Right, that's what I thought was coming.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you my Proud Boy joke that I made up, and I don't give you. Oh, looks like we're gone.
No,
bye, everybody.
Well,
I'm about to do a share screen.
Keep it up.
My Proud Boy joke is real quick.
Okay.
How many Proud Boys does it take to screw in a light bulb?
They don't screw in a light bulb. They screw in the street. What?
They don't know how to put a light bulb in because they don't know how to use the light switch. That's why you always see them with a torch.
Good one.
I know. That's the quality
A
of my
final
joke.
song, Deck the Halls with Boughs of Holly.
Good idea, Ron.
Okay,
Okay.
the 50 ways to leave the White House. Go ahead, Ron. We'll go off live.
Okay, we'll do, let's all sing Deck the Halls together. I think we know that one. Deck the halls with boughs of holly.
La 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 la
Tis
la
the
la.
season to be jolly. La 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 la. Don we now are gay.
Hey, apparel.
La la
La la la la la la.
Troll the ancient Yuletide carol. La 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 la. See the blazing Yule before us. La 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus. La 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 la. Follow me in merry measure. La 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 la. While I tell the Yuletide treasure. La 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 la.
Next year at the IBEW in Dublin.
Amen.
Amen.
Yes,
Amen.
indeed.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Same back to
Thank
everyone,
you.
one and
Good
all.
meeting. Happy holidays.
Wonderful to see you all. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Thanks, Sarah.
Happy
Nice to see you, Evan.
Thank
Good to
It's
see you.
good to see
Glad
all
you
of
came,
you.
Sarah.
LA.
So glad to be here.
Have fun.